Good evening and salutations, our soap opera fans. At this point, you know who I am, and I'm joined once again by the lovely, the gorgeous, the talented
Oh,
Dannybear87. How are you
makes
doing
me
today?
blush. You make me blush.
Uh,
I'm all right. How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So, question of the night, because for some odd reason I can't say it now. Can Belle forgive Shawn for his quote unquote indiscretion?
Uh, I think she can over time, because that'd be kind of hypocritical if she didn't, since she cheated on him twice. So,
Yeah, see, and I said this before in my live streams a couple of times, and I think it was probably in one of them. My whole thing is about balance. So if she cheated, then he should get a pass. Point blank period.
yeah, and he was drunk and not in his right mind when he did it. And Belle
Yeah,
knew what she was doing when she banged Philip and EJ. I
yeah,
mean, that's not an excuse to cheat, but I'm saying, considering the circumstances and she's cheated before, you know, over time, of course, she has a right to be mad, but after a while, I think she should be able to forgive him. Plus, her true loves in her life. John just needs to go and get the help that he needs to deal with being guilty about shooting his dad, and now his grandpa's dead probably because he was going to see Bo, but I don't know. I think there's still more to what Victor was up to than going to see Bo.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, she did it twice, and granted, it's not an excuse. Like cheating is wrong regardless. But you know, let's not say two wrongs don't make it right. No, but it makes it even.
Yeah.
Makes it even. So I don't understand. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to actually reviewing it because I'm going to be honest. I'm looking forward to Dragon Bell like there's no tomorrow. If people thought I was an asshole before, ooh,
Yeah, it looks like it's coming out this week. I saw it in a
yep,
promo. It looks
mm,
like Jada accidentally talks about it and Belle overhears. But you know how Days' promos be. It's like it seems like it's something's gonna come out, but then it doesn't, or it ends up being somebody's dream. But I don't know. It looks like this might actually be happening.
mm-hmm. And the first thing I'm going to sit there and say to Bella is just shut it. Just shut your mouth because you did it twice. I don't want to sit there and see no tears, no playing victim. We ain't doing none of that. Okay. And I know people are gonna sit there and defend her and be like, Shawn shouldn't have did that, and I'm on Team Bella's side. It's like, sweetheart, this chick literally sat there and cheated on this man twice, stepped out, practically wrecked her home, for lack of better words. So I ain't with it.
And
Because
technically, she cheated on Philip with Shawn, and that's how they made clear. If I'm remembering that correctly.
yeah, so yeah, I'm not with that. And I know LaShawn to snip his hands for forgiving and everything like that. Cool. But she did it twice, so she doesn't get to sit there. She doesn't have a say in it at that point. She has nothing to say. She should just sit there and accept and be like, what you did was wrong, but let's sit there and try to move on. That's the only words that need to come out of her mouth.
Yeah.
See, like I said, you're more nicer than I am. This is why I love having you on because you balance it out. I'm the asshole. I accept that.
Yeah. That should be good. Some good drama. Not that this show needs any more drama.
Oh, it always needs more drama. Come on now.
Lordy, every storyline got so much drama right now. That's funny. But
So you got
keep
that
it.
going on. You got okay. So what do you think of the hell is his name? Alex, and the fact that he's all perturbed by the fact that Justin isn't his father. Do you think that he's just overreacting a little bit, or what's your thoughts?
I'm not really caring about this storyline right now, honestly, because it's kind of a big letdown. because Alex is just not the kind of character I would picture to be Victor's son. I mean, I think that Teresa altered something, and that's why she was in the briefcase. But as of right now, it looks like he is. But it's just like, but I can understand him. Like, his whole life he thought Justin was his dad, and then now just like feels being lied to because Angelica knew, and I guess Victor knew too, and just didn't say nothing. I don't know, but I'm not liking the storyline.
See, I look at it. I look at it and I'm just like, I get that it's just shock and everything like that, but I think he's like it's not really that deep. Like, I mean, the history doesn't change, the love doesn't change, the connection doesn't change. The only thing that changes is really DNA. And I feel like he's like, even for a soap opera, I feel like it's a little over dramatic the way he's not acting. I just feel like it's a little bit over the top.
Yeah, and well, him and Justin are still blood related
Oh.
because Justin is Victor's grandpa, uncle.
Yeah, so I think they're cousins, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, but I still don't believe that he's Victor's son. There's got to be some twist in there somewhere. I'm starting to think that it was, if anybody, it was Xander, but I don't know. That would make sense.
Yeah, because Xander's name is Alex, so I didn't know that. Xander's name is actually Alex.
Really?
Yeah, somebody told me that Xander's name is Alex. I don't know how true that is, but that's what somebody was saying. But I feel like it could be Xander.
I was thinking maybe Alexander, because I know some Alexanders go by Xander.
Yeah. So.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the running theory, is that it's really, Xander that is, the son of Victor, which would make sense. It would make more sense because he's been on the show longer. Okay, so the emotion would hit him a lot stronger given their history than Alex just coming to town and just finding out that he, that's his father. Makes more sense. It would be Xander.
Yeah, because like I was telling one of my subscribers, it's like Xander is kind of like a younger Victor, just with a Scottish accent. When you think about it, thinking of all the stuff that Xander did, I mean, well, it kind of went a little more over than Victor, but still the same thing. And plus, I could believe him more as the head of the Kyriakis family than Alex. Though I still say it should be Philip. But I'll take Xander over Alex.
Now, let me ask you a question. With so many characters leaving the show, and I mean, there's a lot of characters leaving. You got Philip that's going to be leaving, Chloe that's going to be leaving, Bella that's going to be leaving. Yeah, Philip is supposed to be leaving. Talia that's supposed to be leaving, right? Yeah, so many characters that's leaving. Do you think that the show could be in trouble with so many characters leaving?
No, but there's still a lot of characters on the show and characters
Gabby's also leaving.
Back.
Like Gabby also leaving. That's 5 characters right there that's going.
Yeah, I think Gabby will be a big loss to the show because even if you're not a Gabby fan, she's still one of the popular characters. Yep. And her and Stefan are one of the popular couples. So, and I'm gonna miss her. That's gonna suck. Yeah, but there's still a lot of people there, and a lot of people they can bring back also. Like now, there's still a chance for Eli and Lonnie to come back too. I think that would definitely help the show out a lot.
Yeah, they can get her. Now, LaShanta said Gwen's going to play Teresa, which I'm going to be honest, sounds completely, yeah. Gwen is going to be playing Teresa. I don't know why, but it's just... Yeah, but okay, so just think about just how stupid that just sounds, okay? Wow. She's going to literally be playing another character. Like, we're just going to sit there and just pretend that that's not Teresa. We're going to pretend that that's not Gwen playing Teresa. How
They just don't feel like recasting. They don't want to do any kind of casting for that.
yeah, exactly. That makes sense to them. See, when you start doing things like that, that's what just makes me question, like, is this show actually going to be okay? You know?
Yeah, well, they did get renewed for, what was it, a year or 2 years? Can't remember.
I can't remember either. I think it might have been for 2 years because I know I started watching it when she came on the show, and that was, I think, 2021, maybe. Maybe I'm not too sure. I think she's actually been on for 2 years. Because I started reviewing soap operas practically in 2020, and that's when she came out like mid 2020.
Yeah, I think so. Because that's when Jake ended up coming out, and
Hmm.
Stefan died in summer of 2019. Well, he died in September, October 19. So
Yeah,
Jake came about a year or so later. So yeah.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was kind of funny. People wanted to stuff him back, and instead they got Jake the Mechanic. We got Jake the Mechanic instead for some odd reason, and it took them so long to sit there and correct that mistake. It was like, so you finally decide to listen to the fans.
Yeah. Well, at least they listened, I guess. Well, took them a while, but better late than never, I guess. But, now Gabby's leaving, so uh, I'm like, dang, I'm not gonna have any couples except for Johnny and Chanel, but I have a feeling they're gonna find a way to mess them up again.
And you got Susan, she's alive, and Ava, and I really want to call him Jason and Carly at this point.
Yeah, I try
Her
not to.
capture. Yeah. Now he's in now they're in the dungeon of that nut job, whatever his name is, something Crumbs or something.
Oh, Edmund.
Yeah.
I like him. He's funny. Just still laughing at that bed he put them in. It's like it looks smaller than a twin bed. They're just like laying on top of each other. I'm like, oh lordy, this show is too funny.
Yeah. Yeah, this week is definitely gonna be crazy. I don't like what they did with Sloan. Sloan came across as a badass. Now she's all super needy, super dependent on Eric, and it's just like why'd y'all do that to her for? That
Yeah,
was the matter with you.
good way to ruin a good character. She has strong entrance and then downhill.
Oh, and
She's funny.
Paulina. Oh, Paulina, that POS of a character. I still can't believe she sat there and she fired Melinda based off of her feelings.
Mhm.
Like literally, she was like, "It's not your job performance. I just don't like you." I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, that is wow.
Yeah. It's funny the way she said it, but then you're like, that even trash should have been able to be like, there's a way I could spin this in my favor. Yeah, Sloan should have said it too. But no, Sloan's, I want to give Eric a baby so he won't leave me for Nicole. Like, Eric can be that good in the bedroom. Goodness gracious.
You don't have a job. See, I feel. I feel like some of these women are just like lacking a certain amount of brain cells because it's like, why are you sitting there hooking up with a bum?
Mm,
Like, why? I feel like that's just so out of order for you to sit there and be going out with a bum.
mm-hmm. Ex priest.
I respected him as a priest because at least he had a job. A
Yeah.
dude's just walking around with empty pockets at this point. Um, but yeah, and the sad thing is like Melinda. You see, the thing is, I don't feel bad for Melinda because she sat there and she tried to play Shin, and then she looked stupid doing it. And here's the thing, when you base your entire life around your job, you that's just sad. That's just sad.
Yep. But I still like Trash. I think they can turn her around. Just don't turn her into a Salome. That's just sad. Just to watch her sing.
You got a lot of stuff. What the, I guess Dick Van Dyke is gone now. Remember Dick Van Dyke? Whatever John's latest father is.
He lying.
Hmm?
He's trying to play John.
No. It's just like we haven't seen the guy in a while.
Oh yeah. Was he? No, he went on last week. That was John and Steve were talking about it last week. Yeah, they had that family reunion a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. That was a couple weeks. Exactly, that was a couple weeks ago. I see we have some of your subscribers here, Shawn M, which I know it's not one of mine, so I'm assuming that's. Well, you're one of mine now, so.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just seems too perfect. Like Steve seemed like he was, skeptical about the whole thing. He just magically comes to town and gets seen by Marlena and then get investigated by his son. Just shady stuff going on. Some old man doing some shady stuff. I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird, but it's Dick Van Dyke, so whatever happens, it's a cool. He can get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, the dude's been on it. I know he's been on the show before. He's like 90 something years old, so like I give him props. Here's the thing: it's hard for anyone to sit there and remember that many amount of lives, and to be at that age and still be able to do it.
Yeah.
I give him a lot of props because most people could not be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And some people get like a ton of pages, like maybe a couple of days before they have to shoot. That's a lot to remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Bill Hayes, he plays Doug too.
Yes,
He's like
yes, I give it
98,
that.
99.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Lordy, dude.
Oh, and I'll be remiss if one of my friends, my subscribers, one of my friends, Kyrie's, was want to ask you a question as far as I don't know if you saw the live stream on Friday. Nathaniel Gray was in it, and I think Kyrie's just sitting there asking like, did he do a good job as far as defending his Ava from Nathaniel? But I don't know if he was actually in it on Friday.
Yeah, I was for a little bit. Then my sister called me. She has the worst timing of calling.
Oh, gosh.
It's like I don't hear for her for days, and then it's when I'm like trying to do something, is when she calls me. I'm like, really? I was like, finally get to be in your live. Because usually I want to go in, but I was like, I know you're talking about what's happening on the soaps that day, and it's like I haven't watched them all yet, so I didn't want any spoilers. And I was like, Friday, I was like, I already watched all the soaps. I just needed to watch, a few minutes of the beginning of GH, and that was it. I already saw everything else.
Okay.
And then she called me, and I was like, you're fired.
Well, I mean, I would have definitely loved to just have you even on or whatever, like if it's ever a day like that and I'm just having people on, you want to come through, I'll just send you the link. So.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess you missed that whole part with Nathaniel. Did you hear any of the fact that Nathaniel Gray was on, or not? Not really.
Yeah, I heard some of it.
Okay.
I remember because I was like, "Who's that?" And it's like dark screen, and I was like, "Oh, that's Mason."
Yes.
I was like, "I don't get Mason on there." But did you ask him where he did with Ava?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was not spilling the beans on that one.
That's just so mean. They ended the show and not show what happened to Ava. I haven't been able to sleep all weekend.
Well, see, that's the good cliffhangers. That's the cliffhangers that we need.
Yeah, definitely. GH is a need for some cliffhangers for sure.
Some good ones, some really good ones. Have you checked out your favorite character, Mustache Man? The shenanigans that's going on. Danny Bear's favorite character. In case y'all can't hear it.
Mm-hmm. Talk about your favorite, Nina. We
Oh,
thought about
see?
her this
Yeah. See,
week.
this is why I rock with. This is why I rock with Danny Bear. This is why I rock with Danny Bear. Did you get a chance to catch any of Wine or not really?
No, we're still trying to finish Chucky, but I finished that, so I might watch it this week or this weekend. I'll probably just watch whatever episodes this week. Not even trying to catch up. That's 3 weeks of episodes. I'm sure I didn't miss that much.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. I mean, well, granted, it's just here's the thing, because it's easier to just watch it from the last couple episodes
Mhm.
than to try to go back. Because a lot of times they will sit there and just say the same things anyway, or they'll remind you of what wound up happening before. So
What in the world? I hope that's my husband. Eddie. Of course, he don't hear me. Okay, yeah. I was wondering all that noise. Okay, it's my husband. Rocky, be quiet. He came through the back door. Okay, sorry about that.
no, it's fine, it's fine. Um, yeah, all right. So going in. Are you caught up with B&B?
Oh yeah, of course. I don't watch my chicken.
So Deacon and Sheila getting married. What do you think about that?
It's beautiful. I was
You actually
like,
like those two together. Okay.
yeah, I was surprised. I had a feeling they were building up to that, but I was like, no, there's no way he's proposing. And then he did. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was just too excited. Yeah, my husband Eddie was watching with me, and he's like, I should record myself reacting to some scenes because he thought that my reaction was better than the show.
So you get him to watch the shows too?
Huh?
You get him to watch the shows also?
Sometimes I can get him to watch it, but he'll complain or not watch, not pay attention at all.
Which one? Okay, which one would he actually? If he had to sit there and pick one, which one do you think that he would sit there and pick to watch with you?
None of them.
But
But no, I guess he'll watch probably General Hospital
there
maybe.
you go, there you go. See, and I say that because me and DC were sitting there talking, and DC always says when it comes to his soap operas, General Hospital is like the only one that, as far as a male is concerned, it's like, yeah, we can. I can admit that I watch General Hospital. The other ones, I don't know, but General Hospital is like men. It's like that's kind of like that's okay, you know.
Yeah, because it's kind of like a man show.
Yeah, yeah. It's or at
Like
least it's the one that yeah.
he
It's
likes
all right, yeah.
Sasha. Yeah, he was watching one of the episodes a few weeks ago with Sasha. They were focusing on Sasha. I think she was still in Clifton. And I tried to update him on what was going on, but he said he don't care. I'm like, you said that you were interested in Sasha's story. I'm trying to catch you up.
What do you think of Sasha's storyline as far as trusting Gladys to do the right thing?
That was so stupid. That has got to be the Lordy. That storyline, I was so mad. Ugh, all that work they did to get Sasha out of Ferncliff. And then she ends up back there. And Cody's locked up, so he can't help. And why would they send Sasha there by herself? I thought that she had backup with at least the police. And she had like what do you call them things? To recorder.
Oh yeah, tape recorder.
Yeah, I thought that she would be Spinelli would have hooked her up with one of those, so she get it and then like, okay, cops come in. No, not even that. I'm like, oh, what are they doing? That's a waste of time, money. And I just wanted to jump to that TV and knock at Gladys. But I'm like, Tori, this is a soap opera. Calm down. I'm like, oh, I cannot stand her. I just can't wait for whatever happens to her happens. Because, yeah, she's getting on that level of Peter, I'm ready for her to die. A horrible death and never to return ever again.
See, when I look at it, I'm sitting there thinking they better actually have a plan. Like that, okay, that better not have been the plan because if the plan was to appeal to Gladys's good side, y'all are a bunch of jackasses at that point. Like there's just
Yeah.
nothing else to do and say like y'all actually sat there and thought that Gladys was going to do the right thing.
Mhm.
All y'all deserves donkey of the day at that point. Y'all just nah, all a bunch of donkeys at that point. All of them.
I'm like, Sam, you're an amateur. Come on, girl. You used to know what to do and stuff like this. So I do hope that there's some twists that happens next week. I don't know, but right now, that whole storyline just stressed me out too much this week.
Now it's going to be TikTok with Nina because Michael apparently, he knows somebody in the SEC. So he's going to find out sooner or later that it was Nina that spilled the beans. So her time is just running the
Yeah.
F out.
I was like, since when does he know somebody in the SEC? I was like, that could have helped Drew out a long time ago.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
They're just making up stuff as they go along with the storyline, I swear.
Well, yeah, I mean there was a bunch of rewrites with the hook killer though.
Yeah, because Heather being the hook killer.
See, you're not the person that's not. I guess I feel like I'm the only person that was like, okay, I can sit there and believe it is Heather. I know that wasn't the first choice though.
Mm-mm. No, that was just stupid. And then they killed off my Ryan. That was just so wrong.
They're gonna bring it back. They're gonna. I feel like they're gonna bring it back like they bring back Sheila whenever the ratings dip. They find a way to sit there and bring people back.
Yeah. Ryan could be the one to save Ava from Mason and whoever that other boss is. Then Ava can see that Ryan is a good guy and that they should be together. And they can take down Nicholas together. Like a true power couple.
Now, what do you think of? Now, what do you think? What do you think of Sprina scene, their lovemaking scene, and everything like that? What do you think of that?
I thought it was beautiful. I think they did a really good job with it. And Trina seemed to know exactly what she was doing for a virgin. She was on top for a little while. She opened his shirt up. I think she was been dreaming or watching some video.
Now, yeah, cause see, I looked at it and I was just like, well, I mean, granted, I didn't even actually watch it. I looked at my phone the entire time they were doing that because I guess for me, I always find those things to be very funny and cringy and everything like that. Like just lovemaking scenes in general in a soap opera has always just been laughable. The only time I actually paid attention was the threesome scene with Alex and were Allie and Chanel. That was the
Yeah.
only time I actually don't. That's the only time I actually bothered to pay attention. Every other time, I'm just like, they're just laughable. But I don't know. I look at it. I was like, you know what? You guys got what you wanted. Y'all been sitting there complaining that they haven't actually love scene. They haven't had a love scene, and it's some people are like it's racist. It's just like, all right, you know what? You finally got your scenes.
Lordy.
Be
It just wasn't
happy.
right. It wasn't the right time. And they
Yeah.
finally got their time. So they need to shut up with that now. They got
Yeah.
it.
I don't feel like honestly. I guess for me personally, I've been turned off with the whole Sprina as a couple because certain fans just found a way to just ruin it for me. So like I don't even enjoy actually talking about those characters.
And that's one of the reasons why I'm glad I'm off Twitter. Because I know how some of them can be. I'm like, really? But there's some that was really cool and some just went just a little really crazy about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's it. I mean, yeah, there's always some cool people that's chill about it. But like even in YouTube, like if you sit there and talk about Springsteen or whatever, if you're not talking about it in the most positive, upbeat way possible, um, somebody's going to sit there and give you a dislike, or they're going to be upset that you didn't sit there and talk about them positive enough. So I don't know. Have you actually checked any comments or whatever that has been favorable when you talked about Brina?
Not lately.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's good.
No, mostly just people like ready for Esme to go away.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's past time for her to go away. Hopefully Nicholas does something with her when he comes back from the dead. And that boy, she needs to beat him with the plunger when she sees him. She's sitting up here running around trying to find out where he is, and he's hiding. So he can get revenge on Ava and stop his son for getting his money.
Yeah.
Really? Lordy, that boy.
Now Nikisha says most Screener fans are nice. It's more people rude to Screener fans than rude fans, in my experience.
Yeah, that's true. Because some people will just plain out go after Sabrina fans or Trina particularly just to start stuff. And then that's when some Sabrina fans go off. And then you're like, oh, Lord, what happened? Because, when I was on Twitter, I don't see that stuff. I just see the reactions to stuff. So, I was like, yeah, because a lot of people talk about negativity with the show and stuff. And I was like, I never see those tweets. I see the reactions to those tweets.
Yeah, see, and that's my whole thing. My thing is I look at it before we just move on. You can criticize the characters, right? If you're just, I didn't like this scene, or I thought this scene wasn't really that good, or whatever. That's totally fine. That's acceptable. It's when you start being racist, you start, calling, characters ugly and things of that nature. When you start getting personal, that's when there's a problem. But as long as you just talk about a scene or whatever with the characters, it really shouldn't be an issue. As long as if you're doing it in a respectful way, there really shouldn't be a problem. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, but some General Hospital fans think the show is real, so they will go after the actors or the actresses.
Yeah,
because they're mad about what their characters being written to do. Yeah, like they go over after Tabiana and Cynthia, and they go after Nancy. I remember
Nancy.
those three. Those three definitely. Oh, and some people went after Kelly. Even JSAM fans went after Kelly because she supported Billy Miller as Jason.
Well, and here's the thing: some people go after Nancy because Nancy likes to put out a lot of political stuff on her thing. Which, listen,
she don't care.
Exactly, and it's one of those things where it's like you have a right. It's your platform. You do what you choose to do.
Yeah.
You just have to understand when you put out stuff like that, it's very divisive. It's like putting out something with religion. It's always going to be very augmentative. So like when I looked at her comments and stuff like that, it's like everyone is that they're arguing with each other, right? So it just begs one question. It's like, yes, it's your platform. You should be able to do what you want. But if you know that it's going to be very divisive and very combative in your posts, do you really think it's a good idea to sit there and start talk about politics, knowing how people are and knowing how they're going to sit there and judge your character? Because they shouldn't, but that's just how people are sometimes.
Yeah. I think she just goes, I'm speaking my mind. You don't like it, then oh well. Nobody's forcing you to read my tweets.
Yeah, it's a very I don't know. See, I mean that's just like with me. A lot. Here's the thing: like I don't talk about politics. I don't talk about race. And I don't talk about religion because I know one. I just want to keep it fun and light. And I know that those things are very divisive. So, I don't like bringing a lot of drama and arguments and stuff like that into my chat to begin with, which unfortunately, a lot of times in my live streams, I still have to deal with goddamn drama. What's good, Big Nate?
Oh,
Um,
Lordy.
so, you know, DC said that my live streams gives passion vibes from the show Passion.
That was my show. Yeah, I don't talk about any of that stuff either. Because when I go on social media, I'm trying to get away from the drama of real life to come have some fun, joke around. It don't matter. But yeah, if you're gonna be all serious about stupid stuff, then
Yeah, no. I gotta go on the Instagram for the thirst trap. So that's why I'm mostly going there.
nah. Yes, that's all I see on Instagram. Oh lordy.
Yeah, no, I know it's the best. It's like the best. It's like the cast pajamas at that point.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so you got that stuff going on, and just to quickly talk about Jocelyn. I don't understand why she talks about how she doesn't like Sonny, she doesn't like the world that he lives in, the danger, but yet you go out with a guy who is literally working for the guy that you don't like, doing all the stuff that you say that you hate. How does that
Mhm.
even work? Like you sound like such a hypocrite at that point.
Lordy, I don't understand that girl at all. I really don't. She makes no sense whatsoever. And it's like her whole life is just to complain about Sunny and try to get Dex to stop being around Sunny and all that other stuff. I'm like, why don't you leave Dex and go find some nice guy? You had a nice guy in Cameron, but you didn't want to be with him. You wanted to be with Sunny's, um, what do you call it? New Jason.
Yep, Jason 2.0.
I was gonna say something else, but let's just stick with that because I don't remember what I was gonna say. But that's basically what Drew. Drew is sonning to Carly now, but Dex is Jason to Sunny now, just like a mini Jason.
Now, Nikisha said, Danny Bear, your reviews have a positive, warm, and cordial vibe from what I see.
Oh, thank you very much. I try to be positive.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
She's like the
sometimes I
exact
lose it.
yeah, well, she's the exact opposite of me, and that's excuses. Nope, I'm not giving her a pass for that. Not doing it. Not doing it. No, you're just being a hypocrite at that point. I know she says you can't help who you fall for, but that also makes you a hypocrite, though. That's the bottom line. I don't do passes. I don't give passes. That Danny Bear may be nice enough to give a pass, but I know.
No. I tell her she either needs to deal with it and shut up or leave him.
Oh, okay, cool. All
Yeah.
right, so we're both in agreement. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
that makes me
she
feel
didn't
good.
have a problem with Sonny until he cheated on her mom. Really? Does she not know that he killed AJ for no reason?
Hmm.
You know? Does she not know what Sonny has done to her dad? Which makes me wonder why she even liked Sonny in the first place. Traitor child.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly what she is. I sit there and I look at it again. I'm like, you don't like Sonny. You talk about Sonny 24/7. You let this man live in your head rent free, but yet you sit there and date the guy who is doing all the bad stuff for Sonny. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it can make sense, bro, because
Yeah.
you're just as backwards being a hypocrite. There's no other way around it. And I know a lot of Jocelyn fans don't like when I sit there and drag her, but I mean, if she
If
would
you're
be such
telling
a
the truth.
hypocrite, exactly. If she wasn't being such a hypocrite, I wouldn't have any material to sit there and drag her with. Um, and Apple says, "Hi, Albert and Danny Bear."
Hey, what's up, Bethel?
Um, yeah. Now going into B&B again, you got. Listen, I'm so sick and tired of people dragging Finn like there's no tomorrow, telling Finn he needs to sit there and stop Sheila. He needs to get rid of Sheila. It's like, do you want him to kill her? Because if not, then, you know, give an answer. Like when Taylor was like, you need to do something, I'm like, okay, well, you're a psychologist. Why don't you sit there and offer some advice?
Yeah.
How do you deal with crazy?
Yeah, it sounded like Lee was telling him to kill her. The way
Yeah,
she was talking about Sheila's like a cancer, you need to cut her out. I thought she was going somewhere else with that, like kill it. But I don't know, but Lee just strikes me as like she's ready for Sheila just to go. It don't matter what you do, just do it, boo. That's what
yeah.
it seems like she was trying to say.
It got so annoying. Now, Apple said I enjoyed Dannybear87's reviews. They're always down to earth.
Oh, thank you, Ethel.
Um, it's one of those things where it's like if you're not going to sit there and tell them how to stop Sheila, then you need to sit there and shut up. Because if that's the case, why don't you do it yourself?
Yeah, or help them plan out something. And it's like, hey, let's do this to get rid of Sheila. Just all talk. Or it's like, this is your problem, you deal with it. Bye.
Yeah. Now you got Eric versus Ridge in this fashion faux showdown. Whose team are you on? You on Ridge's team or you on Eric's team? You gotta pick a team.
Eric.
Okay, there we go. See, that's a smart answer. That's the yeah. I'm on Eric's side. I mean, I don't like the way that Ridge is constantly talking down to him, being very condescending, telling him he needs to step down, he needs to play pickleball, he needs to no, he needs to sit there and work. Like as far as he knows, he doesn't know about his health issues, so to him, he can still work. So why do you think they're trying to force him into retirement, just kind of shoving him out the company? And the dude can technically still do his job.
Rich wants control of the company. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. He secretly wants to. He's pulling a Demira. That's what it just seems like Rich, because, Rich, does he even have an office? Because that could be what it is. He just wants to keep Eric's office because he doesn't have his own.
Exactly.
Or he just likes
Exactly.
Eric's more.
And you know what? And everybody else uses his office as well. They use his office when they want to sit there and take lunch breaks. Like, how disrespectful is that? You practically built that company with your wife from the ground up, and now you got kids walking in there taking their lunch breaks in his office. Like, if that's not disrespectful, I don't know what is at that point.
And how does that place not have like a lunchroom or a cafeteria or whatever? Break room. That's the word I'm looking for. A break room.
Because
I'm
his
sure they got
office
like
is nice.
5-star chefs up in there. They could sit in there. Eric's too nice. He's sitting at home.
Hanging out with Donna. Hanging out with Donna. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I mean, granted, I understand why people are Team Ridge or they're looking at Eric like you wilding out, right? Because like in one of the episodes they're talking about the budget and pretty much they're like, Eric is really messing up the company with the line that he's producing and how much money he's spending. And I'm like, well, if Eric wants to sit there and make this clothes, let it come out of his own pockets. He's rich. Why using the company's funds when you want to sit there and for this vanity project at that point? Now you're messing. Now I can understand where Rich is coming from because like now you're messing up the order of how they're doing business, and that shouldn't be. It's like you want to do your own thing, spend your own money.
Yeah.
Now, Luna, I don't know what this chick is about. The one that kept looking at RJ and following him on social media and all the other stuff. I don't know what her story is. They just went there warning her, don't mess with the Foresters or stay away from the Foresters or whatever.
Yeah, then we haven't seen her in 2 weeks.
Yeah. But I do like the fact that they're giving RJ a story though.
Yeah,
It's about time. It's about time.
Mm-hmm.
And Rihanna says hello, Albert and Danny Bear.
Hey, girl, what's up?
So
Yeah, because he was just like, I was like, seriously, like, why is he here? He doesn't need to be here. Or just anything just to have Virgin Brooke have a close moment or something, I guess. But,
no,
but
Lashanta, I do agree. I do agree with that. Lashanta says Donna's wrong to tell RJ don't tell his dad. I agree.
yeah, yeah, well, Donna's thinking of it, protecting Eric, doing what Eric wants. But, it's good for the family to know what's going on with Eric. But, ultimately, yeah, it is up to Eric to let people know when he's ready. But, with the show, eventually Brooke's going to find out and tell everybody. So
Yep, exactly.
that's what
That's
I've
exactly
learned.
the case.
Yeah, that's what I've learned over the year and a half I've been watching. Brooke seems to always be the one to find out stuff and tell it.
Now you got and speaking of that, you got. Here's the thing I'm not liking about Brooke. Brooke is practically sitting there blaming Thomas for this whole affair thing and them hooking up and everything. I'm like, bro, you're so backwards because you know your daughter was the one that pursued it. Thank you. Yes, hit the like button. It really does actually help. Hit that like button. Seriously, beat that like button's ass. But it's like your daughter is the one that's pursuing Thomas. Why are you sitting there putting that on Thomas for?
Yeah,
That's horrible.
all he's doing just working and looking cute. That's the only thing that he's doing wrong, apparently. Brooke, yes, hope that is just like bored with Liam and just wants some excitement. I don't blame her. And Brooke should know that's her child. It's only a matter of time before Hope channels her inner Brooke.
Damn Logans apparently, so for some odd reason. See, I haven't watched the show as long, so like I look at it and I see people seem to say they don't like the Logans because this, that, and the third, and I'm glad that I came into the show a bit late because I don't have that jaded opinion about the Logans, you know.
Yeah, same with me. I don't see. I mean, I can see why they might have a problem with them here and there, but load them for everything. I don't know. That's stupid. I mean, because there's been times where I've been Team Brooke on things, but right now she getting on my nerves.
It's like, my whole thing is sometimes I sit there and I look at it. See, this is mostly sometimes why I don't like being team anyone because
Mhm.
I feel like when you're team someone, you have tunnel vision, right? Like people sit there and say that they're team Adam. Okay, fine, you like Adam and stuff. But if you can't acknowledge some of the things that the character does wrong or anything like that, it's
Oh
very
yeah,
hard to sit there and have a dialogue with someone, you know? Like I can't do it. I generally tend to tune out. Because a lot of
yeah,
times when your team Jocelyn or whatever, it's like the things that they do wrong, they just find ways to make excuses for it. And it's like,
yeah, and compare
really?
them to other people, and I'm
Yeah,
like, well, they do better than this person or whatever, or this person did this, blah blah blah. But no, I'll be the first person to call out my face for doing stuff.
yeah.
You know,
And,
I'll be the first one. I'm like, why do you do that? You're an idiot. I'm like,
yeah,
see, like I was just talking about Sam and Sasha and Cody. I'm really liking them, but look, and Dante too. Throw him in there too. Just playing with Gladys, stupid. Why? Hopefully there's a difference, but and of course on Days of Our Lives, I've been talking mess about Chloe because I'm mad at she messed with Philip, even though that's the love of her life and I love them together. But she was making me mad, so I called her out.
that's
And yeah,
no, that's good. That's good. And like I said, I can sit there and rock with people who could call their characters out when they do something, out of pocket. Um,
I don't know, because if you do that, that just means you're like obsessed with the character or whatever. And it's like, no, that's a little creepy.
well, yeah, I mean it's that, but it's more just like I can't have a conversation with someone who will take the things that they do and try to flip it around like, well, it's not like this or it's not like that or it's not as bad as some other characters. Like, just because it's not as bad as other characters doesn't mean it's not bad. Like, that's the fact that that came in your head and it made sense is just beyond me. Um, and again, I go with the whole Nick and Adams and Sally thing, and I'm like, people people love to get on get on Nick's ass or Nick's neck, but I'm just like, no one says anything about Sally. Sally is just, uh, Sally apparently doesn't have a brain. She can't sit there and pick between two guys, apparently. So it's just nothing is Sally's fault. It's all Nick's fault. And I don't understand that. It's like, I understand people don't like Nick, but I'm like, you act like Sally didn't sit there and make that choice. That's what bothers me.
Nick should. Well, Nick should have just um broke up with Sasha a while ago. Sasha, oh lordy,
Sally.
what's so far we're talking about Young and the Restless. Nicholas should have broke up with Sally back when he found out that Adam was her baby's daddy.
Yeah, but I mean, what about Sally though?
I still think she's using Nicholas as a way to stay away from Adam because she truly loves Adam, but she doesn't want to get hurt again. So as long as Nicholas is good with keeping her around, she's she feels like she's safe from Adam.
Yeah, but see, isn't that more of a Sally problem than a Nick problem? Because
Yeah,
yeah, that's the thing.
yeah.
Um,
And Adam sees it. I mean, I haven't watched in 3 weeks, but from what I saw, watching it, watching it, is that he knows that Sally still loves him. He's just trying to bring it out without trying to look like a butthead. But then again, everything Adam does makes him look like a butthead. So
and I even sit there and I look at it because people's like, Nick should have stepped back and allowed those two to get a chance or to have a chance together. But I'm just like, he's not under any obligations to step back or do anything. It's up
mhm.
to Sally if she wants to sit there and be with Nick or not. And people are sitting there saying, well, Adam gave his daughter or Nick's daughter like a kidney or something like that, so he should have did right by him. But I'm like, that's
But
that's
no,
but also that's isn't that his nephew though? Like that's his
yeah,
niece.
they're
So
still
it's like,
family.
well, exactly, and that's family. So it's like, well, why are you doing it? You should be doing it because it's the right thing to do, not to sit there and get praise and a retrieval from people. Like, why are you doing that for? That's the thing that always blows me. People just like, Nick treats him like crap even after he gave him a kidney or whatever. And I'm just like, well, he didn't give him a kidney so he could sit there and treat him better. He gave up a kidney or whatever because it was the right thing to do.
Yeah,
So, I don't
but
know.
like if you don't like somebody just because they did something nice to you, don't mean that you supposed to like them for now on. Especially on a soap opera, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but I mean, even just in real life in general, it's like, you do the right thing because it's the right thing. You don't do it just where you can get praise or people can sit there and just start treating you differently because it's like, why'd you do it in the first place for?
hmm There's some people like that out there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're called opportunists.
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
Yeah. So whenever you get a chance, you gotta sit there and catch up with Young and the Restless. Sit there and see Mustache Man. I don't know. I just see Victor Newman. He's just, I look at it as like, even when I used to just watch the ABC soap operas, I knew who Victor was. I may not have known who none of the other characters was, but I knew who Victor was.
Yeah,
Why
but
didn't you like Victor again?
because he's a butthead.
You want to elaborate?
He's always in the middle of stuff that he don't need to be in the middle of. He wants to be controlling of everything, And now in the last few years, that Adam's been back, it just seems like he just trying to make drama with his family. He just plays around, moves stuff around, just to cause problems for his own amusement. That's what it just seems like to me.
See, I don't like Nikki Newman. I can't stand that woman. Oh my goodness, she's like literally the ultimate Karen. Like I thought I didn't like Nina, but Nina is like child's play compared to Nikki.
I don't like Nikki either. I only liked her when she was an alcoholic.
It was really funny. Somebody else, actually, Kyrie said the same thing. But sometimes I sit there and I look at Nikki Newman, and the way she talks to people is just like you do realize at one point you was on the pole, right? Like at one point you was sitting there dancing on the pole. Did you forget those days? Because I feel like somebody needs to throw that back in her face just to kind of remind her where she started on a
Yeah,
goddamn pole.
like Sammy throws it in Nicole's face every once in a while that she did porn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still
Sometimes
can't
you
believe
need
that
that
she's
though.
the CEO. That doesn't that doesn't make any sense. She doesn't strike me as somebody that would want to be a CEO of a company, especially not to Newman. She just seemed out of place.
Oh,
Nikki.
Nikki's an opportunist. Like I said, she came from the bayou, she came from the pole, and she wants to sit there and move up. And she found the man to sit there and move her up the social ranks. So, hey, listen, you can only be on that pole for so long
Where
before I'll sit there and say gravity starts to set in.
yeah, she got out in time. And had her annoying children, lordy.
Good old Victoria.
Mini mustache.
I was gonna say the Ice Princess, but okay, all right. That's
Ice princess. Rocky, stop it.
yeah.
I'm doing a live. Now he wants attention. Been asleep all day.
What kind of dog do you have?
He's a mix of I call him an Aussie Doodle. It's a Australian sheepdog and a doodle.
I think I've seen the dog once. Like it's a big dog or a small dog.
He's a medium
Okay.
because the doodles, his dad is bigger.
How many dogs do you have?
One, and that's
Okay.
more than enough. I have two cats though.
Oh, so you almost got like a mini zoo. Okay. All right.
They drive me crazy. Don't need no children. These are my children.
Okay, I'm not even gonna get into that one. But yes. I think we pretty much kind of covered all of them except YNR because you didn't watch YNR. Anything you want to sit there and say before we call it a Rizza?
um, I do not like mustache.
She's lying, people. She is lying. She
I
told me
don't
that
like
she loves Victor. That Victor is her favorite character. She said that before we started the live, so I don't know what she's meant to talk about now.
Well, he loves Nina Reeves.
Yeah,
He's just talking about how awesome and smart she is.
that's
And she
very
doesn't do
true.
any stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Everything she
Yeah,
does is right with the world.
absolutely. That's something that's exactly something that I would sit there and say.
But no, I watched YNR this week. See what's going on. Oh Lordy, I hope Phyllis not on too many days. Or that other chick that Kyle's sleeping with. What her name?
Oh, Audrey Charles. I mean the 10. The girl that's a 10. That's a goddamn 10.
She get on my nerves. I'm surprised Nikki never hasn't kicked her out of the company yet.
Actually, tell you the truth, she fired Kyle like a POS. And then Victor actually came in there and he was like, "You don't belong in Newman. You belong with your own family." And I sat there, I was like, "God damn, wow, Victor."
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but Victor did a good thing.
Wow.
Oh, you want to cheat on Summer, his angel grandchild, even though she was committed in sin, was conceived in sin. I still remember that storyline. I hated Phyllis and Nicholas for that, hurting my girls Sharon like that. So wrong.
Okay. Well, that's definitely something we could sit there and unpack more in the next live stream. Um, no, but this was a lot of fun though. This was a lot of fun. So I do want to thank you for coming through, hanging out, chilling. You have gotten. I think that everyone can agree that you've gotten so much more better in these live streams. You're a lot more comfortable and calm and just cool and everything, and it's pretty cool. I you know,
Oh, thank you. I try.
I'm very impressed. I get it because live streaming it's everything is live, so it's like you can't go back and be like, yeah, I don't like this part. Can we do it again? Or I didn't like that part. It's like once it's seen, and people caught my live stream maybe maybe about like a month ago when I was at a bar, and we'll leave it at that. Because I did erase it. So if you watched it, cool. If you didn't, then it's something that we can all sit there and forget about and just move on. You just move on. Just act like it just never happened. None of it.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. We'll unpack that in the next one as well. But yes, I do want to thank everyone for joining on this Sunday. I really do appreciate everyone. Make sure y'all stay safe. And yeah, we'll see y'all in our respective channels. And have a good day.
Bye.